Thank you for joining me today. I'd like to begin with a simple observation. For decades, success in the insurance industry has been measured by three primary factors: production, recruiting, retention. And while those factors remain important, the business landscape is changing. Today's business owners need more than insurance. They need funding. They need capital readiness. They need credit solutions. They need risk management. They need operational guidance. They need artificial intelligence implementation. And they increasingly seek advisors who can help them navigate all of these challenges. That creates an important question. What happens when an agency moves beyond simply selling policies and begins creating value across the entire business relationship? What happens when agents are supported by infrastructure instead of relying solely on personal prospecting? What happens when one client relationship can create multiple revenue opportunities? That's what today's presentation is about. This presentation is called From One Client Per Month to Seven Figures: The Economics of a Tier IV RiskReady OS Partner. And despite the title, this is not a presentation about unrealistic projections or extraordinary assumptions. In fact, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to examine a conservative model, a model built around only 20 agents, a model based on just one business client and one subscriber conversion per month per agent. And we're going to explore what happens when those agents are supported by marketing infrastructure, business funnels, subscriber systems, referral routing, and the broader RiskReady OS ecosystem. Because the future may not belong to the organization with the most agents. The future may belong to the organization that creates the most value from every client relationship. So with that, let's begin by examining the question at the center of this entire model. Today, I'd like to begin with a question. What happens when 20 agents are supported by more than insurance products alone? What happens when they are supported by marketing infrastructure, lead funnels, business evaluations, free trial systems, referral routing, and a growing ecosystem of business services? Most organizations rely heavily on agent prospecting, recruiting, and insurance production. RiskReady OS takes a different approach. The objective is to create infrastructure that helps agents generate opportunities, deepen client relationships, and create additional revenue streams. Today, we're going to examine what that looks like from the perspective of a Tier IV partner. The model we're examining today is intentionally simple. A Tier IV partner oversees 20 agents and participates through a 25% override structure across both insurance revenue and the RiskReady OS ecosystem. For purposes of this presentation, we're deliberately excluding some of the largest potential growth drivers. We're not including recruiting overrides. We're not including insurance renewals. We're not including future book growth. And we're not including agency expansion. Instead, we're focusing on the economics of a modestly productive team. If the model works under conservative assumptions, the upside becomes much easier to understand. Many financial presentations begin with aggressive assumptions. We chose not to do that. Our baseline is intentionally conservative: one business client per month, one subscriber conversion per month, per agent. For a 20-agent team, that produces 240 business clients and 240 subscribers annually. The question becomes, is one business client and one subscriber conversion per month really an unrealistic expectation? Most agency owners would probably say no, and that's exactly why we chose this baseline. Before we discuss economics, it's important to understand what supports these assumptions. The following scenarios assume agents are supported by the RiskReady OS marketing infrastructure. That includes the Distributed Impression Network, or DIN, multi-platform content distribution, business client funnels, free trial funnels, consultant positioning, and referral routing. The objective is not to make every agent a full-time marketer. The objective is to create a system that continuously generates visibility, awareness, and opportunities. These scenarios demonstrate what becomes possible when infrastructure supports productivity. Now let's examine the value of a single business relationship. A business client may generate opportunities across multiple categories: consulting retainers, commercial insurance, key person insurance, funding referrals, credit services, artificial intelligence implementation, and marketplace services. Using conservative assumptions, the average annual value of a business client is approximately $3,988. For a Tier 4 partner receiving a 25% override, that represents approximately $997 per business client. The important point is not the exact number. The important point is that one business relationship can create multiple revenue opportunities. Subscribers create an additional layer of recurring value. Using a conservative average subscription value of $150 per month, the annual value per subscriber is approximately $390. At a 25% override, that creates approximately $97.50 per subscriber. Individually, these numbers may seem modest. Collectively, they become significant as the subscriber base grows. Let's start with the baseline: one business client and one subscriber conversion per month per agent. Across a 20-agent organization, that results in 240 business clients and 240 subscribers annually. Under those assumptions, the Tier 4 partner generates approximately $262,680 in annual override income. That's roughly $21,890 per month. Again, we're only talking about one client and one subscriber per agent. Now let's simply double activity: two business clients and two subscribers per month. The annual override income increases to approximately $525,360, or roughly $43,780 per month. Notice that we're still operating within production levels that many organizations would consider achievable. Now let's move to 4 business clients and 4 subscribers per month. At that level, annual override income exceeds $1 million, reaching approximately $1,050,720. Monthly income rises to approximately $87,560. This is where the compounding effect of the model begins to become very apparent. At 6 business clients and 6 subscribers per month, annual override income reaches approximately $1.58 million. That's more than $131,000 per month. The lesson here is not that every organization will immediately reach this level. The lesson is that relatively small increases in productivity can create substantial increases in economic output. This slide illustrates the power of scale. Scenario A produces approximately $262,000. Scenario B doubles that. Scenario C exceeds $1 million. Scenario D approaches $1.6 million. Why? Because every client relationship has the potential to create multiple revenue opportunities. As activity increases, revenue streams increase. As revenue streams increase, the economics compound. This is what makes the model scalable. Traditional agencies typically depend on 3 primary drivers: insurance production, recruiting, and agent retention. RiskReady OS expands the opportunity. The same client relationship can create consulting revenue, insurance revenue, funding revenue, credit revenue, artificial intelligence revenue, marketplace revenue, and subscriber revenue. In other words, multiple revenue streams can emerge from a single relationship. That fundamentally changes the economics. The baseline matters because it establishes credibility. We intentionally chose one business client and one subscriber conversion per month, not because it's exciting, but because it's realistic. The purpose of this presentation is not to illustrate maximum potential. The purpose is to demonstrate that the model works even at modest production levels. If the economics work at 1 and 1, the upside becomes increasingly compelling as activity grows. So let me leave you with a strategic question. Which is more realistic? Building and retaining hundreds of producing insurance agents, or helping 20 agents consistently generate a small number of business relationships each month? RiskReady OS is designed around client value, not simply policy volume. The focus is on creating more value per relationship and more opportunities per client. The future is not simply selling more policies. The future is creating greater value from every business relationship. As a Tier IV partner, the opportunity includes insurance overrides, RiskReady OS commissions, residual income, funding referral revenue, credit revenue, artificial intelligence revenue, and marketplace revenue. This is not about replacing insurance. It's about expanding the opportunity around insurance. It's about creating more value for clients, more income opportunities for agents, and stronger economics for organizations. If you'd like to explore becoming a Tier IV RiskReady OS partner, we'd welcome the opportunity to continue the conversation. Thank you for your time.